With numbers like I'm MJ and Dash Jackson and Jordan. Boy, I'm killing y'all boring. Time to get the world what they really need. That's the H-O-M-I-E.
Good afternoon, Internet. My name is Darius Lester, and this is Mammoth Money Mindset. And today, I wanted to talk about using other people's money. So something that's come up a few times, just amongst friends and others. If I win the lottery, what would I do with that money? Many people I'd pay off my house. I go buy a house in cash. I'm not personally a fan of that. I would not pay off my house, nor would I buy a house in cash. Would I buy real estate property? I'm sure I would. Probably a lot more. But I would not pay off my house. And the reason for that is because I feel like I could make more money allowing that house payment to sit there or going and getting other house payments instead of paying everything off in full. That doesn't make sense to a lot of people. So I'm going to go through a little slideshow to try my best to explain my thought process on it. The way I found out about presenting this is from, what's his name? Brian something. I sat through his real estate class, and I feel like he broke it down in a really simple and easy way for everyone to understand. So I'm gonna kind of try to repeat the way he did it. So we'll just get into it. Full payoff versus financing, right? All right, so if you want to buy a house, here are your options. Use your money, right? Save up cash, use that cash to buy a house. Some people say this is a great way to live debt-free. Just save up your money until you can buy whatever you want to buy. Definitely nothing wrong with living that way. Definitely do whatever suits you. You know you better than I do. Bank's money. And this is an investment scenario. If you're buying it for personal use or something, you could get a house maybe putting down 5%. But investment wise, you save up 20% for a home. You buy it. The bank will give you a loan for the other 80%. And now you have an investment property. You can move somebody into it, start renting it out. But you also have a mortgage on that house. So now you also have to pay monthly payments. And everybody hates being in debt. Everybody hates making payments. But that's an option. And then another option is to use other people's money. So basically, using other people's money is to get an investor that agrees, to make the down payment. Sometimes you can get an investor that wants to pay for the whole thing, depending on what you're doing with the house. And basically, the reason they would do that for you is because you would agree to pay them more money back. Whatever they gave you, they want to make that back plus interest. All right, so first example, we're gonna go through your money. So let's say you want to buy a house, you live in the South, you didn't want anything too grand. Obviously this is not a picture of a house that would cost $100,000, but work with me. Okay, so you buy a house, $100,000, you saved up for however many years it took you to save up $100,000, and now you're like, whew, finally I can buy a house. So you buy it, you rent it out to somebody, you start making $1,300 a month. $1,300 a month over 12 months is $15,600 a year, right? Pretty good. If you want to find out the return on investment for that, you just divide that amount by how much you spent, and then this is pretty much the percentage that you're making every year with that purchase. Good job, you saved up your money, spent it, got renters, they're paying you. You don't have a mortgage or anything like that because you paid it all in cash. You're making, this much a year. Not bad at all because that's just somebody else living in your house. You're chilling. 15.6% is your ROI, or your return on investment. All right. Same example, right? But this is if you use the bank's money. This is probably the most common. So like I said, you saved up your 20%. So you put down $20,000 out of your pocket. You save that up. I'm sure you saved it up quicker than you would have the 100,000, or maybe you saved up the 100,000, but you only felt like spending the 20. All right. And then now you have a $80,000 bank loan. So you're still making the same house, right? So you're still making $1,300 a month, but now you have a mortgage. The mortgage is costing you $700 a month, on that $80,000 bank loan. Subtract that. So now instead, you're making $600 every month. Over 12 months, you made $7,200, right? Less money, obviously, right? But, oops, I did not correct this. So this should be a 20,000, right? Because you did not pay 100,000, you paid $20,000 out of pocket. The rest of this was financed. So this is how much you paid this is how much you paid out of pocket, and 72 divided by the 20,000 will give you a 36% return on investment. Yes, that amount is higher than you paying for everything out of your pocket, because technically you spent less money, but compared to how much you spent, compared to how much you're making, you're doing better. Now, last example will be other people's money, right? So in this scenario, the $20,000, you talk to somebody, you're like, hey, give me $20,000, to buy this property. I'm going to rent it out, and I will pay you 15% of that $20,000 every year, right? And they're like, okay, 15% on my 20,000. I'm only making, 2.5% of my savings account, maybe 5%, and 6% in a CD, or maybe even in the stock market. I might be making 8 or 9% a year, and you're agreeing to give me 15 guaranteed. Why not? Sounds like a perfect deal. Same bank loan, same monthly amount, same mortgage, right? Turns into this 7,200 annual earnings, but like we agreed, you're gonna give 15% of your of your investors' payment to them. 15% of that is 3,000. So now this is how much you're making annually. Again, I did not move this number. This number should be however much you put, how much money you put into it, which in this scenario is 0, right? Because use your investors' money because you agreed to pay them back over time, and use the bank's money because you agreed to pay them back over time. So now technically you just went and bought a $100,000 house without spending any money, and now you're making $4,200 off of it every year. So that ROI is unlimited because this should be a 0. I hope that all makes sense. So just to recap it, when you spent your money, you paid out your entire $100,000, your ROI was 15.6%, and that's how much, compared to how much money you spent, how much money you're making each year. You're making 15%. With this example, taking out a loan, paying a mortgage, yes, you have debt, right? Yes, you have a mortgage, but you only had to put 20,000 down, and now you're making 36%. Hypothetically, if you wanted, you could use the other 80,000 to go buy 4 more houses. It's still 36%, right? Because the percentage doesn't change. But since you went and bought 4 more houses, now you're making, more. You're making 5, right? 5 times whatever amount you were making off of your first house, because now you have 5 houses. So that's a thought. And then, of course, other people's money. You didn't use any of your money, right? They paid the down payment. The bank paid the bulk of it. You just agree to pay both of them back, every month with the money that you're pulling in, and you had $0 out of pocket. So your ROI can't even be computed because it's you making money after spending 0 money. So why would you not do that? That is about it. Sorry again for not changing the amount that you were putting in, but the ROI percentage is still correct. I'm not going to record this again, so y'all just going to have to deal with it. But I do appreciate you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or drop it in the comments. Again, I like finances. I am not a licensed financial advisor. I am not a real estate agent. I'm not a mortgage broker. I'm not a title lawyer. None of that stuff. I'm just a person that likes money, and I'm just here trying to share what I know to help. And that'll be it. So once again, my name is Darius Lester, and this is Mammoth Money Mindset.